All right, now it's time to make a nice fancy entranceway door for the front of this person's house. To start, we're going to draw a few lines that we're going to delete later just to use as a guide to make sure that our door lines up with our stairs. So let's select our line tool that looks like a pencil. I'm going to adjust my camera to get a view that looks kind of like this. And I'm going to move the mouse till it clicks into place at that endpoint. I'm going to click the mouse once and let go. And move in a straight line. It should look green until I get to the edge there. Click and let go. And I want to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to click at that endpoint and let go. Then click and let go. Now we can know about where we need to start our doorway for this person. To start making the doorway, let's select the rectangle tool. So let's go over to our tools. Click those shapes. Select the rectangle. And now we're going to start here at this endpoint. Click and let go. And I'm going to move my mouse up. You should be getting green shades of lines. And we're going to move it up and over this way. And we want to make sure that it locks into place with this side. So I'm actually going to move my mouse here. What this is telling SketchUp is to remember this endpoint too. And now I can move my mouse straight up and it'll keep those two endpoints straight. And we want to make this a tall enough doorway that you think a person about her size could fit through. That looks pretty good. I'm going to click and let go. And if you don't like the height of your doorway, you can always click your move tool and select that line and move it up and down. Just don't shift it like I am. That'll ruin it. If you do shift it, just hit the undo button. I think I like the size of that. Now we're going to make this fancy. We're going to make a little bit of glass that goes above the door. To do that, we need the circle tool. So go over to your shapes, select the circle, and put your mouse so it finds the midpoint of the top of your door. Click and let go. And now as we move our mouse, you'll notice it starts to make a circle. We want to make a circle that goes all the way to the end point there. When you find that end point, click and let go. And now we have a circle. Let's use our eraser tool to clean some of this up. We want to erase this line right here. Keep this line there for now. We're going to need that for our next move. Oh, by the way, while we have the eraser tool out, we can also clean up these lines. We don't want these lines on the patio. So click there and click there, keeping the house nice and clean. Okay, now we're going to need our line tool again. We're going to make a frame that goes around the doorway. Select line. And I want you to zoom in pretty close to your door. And we're going to move our pencil a little in from that endpoint, but right on the edge. Click and let go. We're going to make a line that goes up, not quite to the top. If you get to that edge, come down a little. Click and let go. Go over this way. Again, not quite to the edge, a little off. Click and let go. All the way down to the edge. Click and let go. Give yourself some time to do that. It can be hard to do those little lines. And remember, you have your move tool. If you do want to move one of those lines, you can click it and move it if you need to. Okay, now that you have that step completed, we're going to use a new tool. We're going to go over to the push-pull tool, but we are going to select this third option. When you hover over it, it's called offset. So select offset. I want you to move your mouse until this upper half circle turns blue. And this is going to be one of the few times where we are going to click and hold our mouse. So I'm clicking and holding the mouse button. And as I move my mouse, it makes this cool little border that will be the same distance on any side from the edge. We're going to move it until it looks like it's about the same size border that we have below the door, and then let go. Pretty cool. Now grab your eraser tool, and we're going to erase this line right there. And now go to your push-pull tool. So we'll go over here, select push-pull. And this cool frame that we made, I'm going to click and let go, and I'm going to move it out ever so slightly, just a little. You don't want it to come out too far from the doorway, so you may want to change the angle of your camera a little bit and have it come out just a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and make a little door handle for this door. So let's go to our circle tool, right there, and find where you want the middle of the door handle to be. Click and let go. As you move your mouse, it will start making a circle. We don't want the door handle to be too big. Click and let go. Now we can use our push-pull tool to pull that door handle out a little bit. So I'm going to click and let go. Pull that out. Click and let go. Okay, so now what we have here is a door that we will texture later with probably a wood texture. And we have a nice fancy little window that we will have above the door.